Hello there. It's me. It's Millie. You know me, Millie. I spoke to you afore, Millicent Tucker. Sorry if I sound a bit funny. Truth be told, it's 'cause I is a bit ashamed of myself. I is ashamed 'cause I did makes a bit of a fool of myself. You know, I made my big departure speech on how's I was going to join my Frank in heaven, and how's I had poured that petrolini gassy stuff all over my paper units. Oh, I did make a right hash of that, I can tell thee. What I thought was stinky petrolini gassy stuff, what I did find in red watering can, weren't. No, what they thinks it were was just stagnant old stinky water, and I is embarrassed. So yes, I is very ashamed. Oh, I'm not ashamed that I do's want to be with my Frank in heaven. Oh, no. I is ashamed because fire service got called to house. Oh, they did, you know. Do yous remember I was sitting there waiting for social services? Well, I done my splash of what I thinks is petrogasoline, but weren't. I splashed it right good, I did, and a great big dollop landed on my beautiful quilt cover. I remember thinking, oh blast it and drat it, my beautiful quilt got splashed with petroline gas. But then I have to remind myself that it don't matter, see, about my beautiful quilt cover, 'cause I won't be needing it no more. God don't let us take our quilt covers into heaven. Anyway, he probably got much nicer ones up there. So, after I had splashed my paper units and I did strike my match, I was expecting a big whoosh, but no whoosh happened. I mean, paper did burn, just no big whoosh. But then I think, oh, I know, when that lit paper meets the petrogas, then it'll go whoosh. So there I is, sitting patiently waiting for my whoosh, when I jumps out my skin, 'cause there's a knock on the door. Of course, I had to answer it, didn't I? 'Cause it was them social services people, weren't it? And oh, I did feel sorry for 'em. There they are, on my doorstep, looking as fresh as daisies. So young, with them big bright smiles. I thought I gotta tell 'em. I mean, I doubts they do want to be dead and join my Frank in heaven. I mean, they don't even know him. And Frank would get a right big surprise if I turns up with them two strangers. He don't like strangers, do Frank. Here, hang on a minute, I'm just going to get myself my cup of tea, hang on. Oh, that's nice, a nice cup of tea. So where was I? Oh yeah, so when's I tell them what I have done, they grabs my arm and they pulls me out of house. And then one of them's, and I can't remember which one, gets something out their pocket. Here, you know what it was? It was one of them movable phones, it was. And they do phone the fire engine brigade service. Of course, they arrived all in a hurry, making a fuss, and one of them goes into my house, all masked up, and comes out with my Frank's red watering can. He says, "This what you used?" I says, "Yes, I did," quite defiant like. And he says, "This ain't petroline in here." And after that, they throws out all my paper units, checks my house won't go whoosh, and drives off again. So there's I am, standing back in my house, with them social services people, and all I can think is, oh, I hope that stinky water ain't ruined my beautiful quilt that were freshly laundered only last week. But they interrupt my thoughts, they do. They says to me they is going to help me cope with loss of my Frank. Hey, I wish he was lost, says I, 'cause if he were lost, I'd go looking for him. Oh no, he ain't lost, he's dead, in other room, slumped in easy chair. I was just about to go to find him in heaven, but you arrived and ruined it. Next things, what did happen after I buried my Frank and I did seize my doctor, is I gets a letter off somebody very important. He got a fancy name, and he do want to help me. Hangs on, I'll get ye letter. Hang on a minute there, I'll get it. Yeah, here we go. Now then, it do say, Dear Mrs. Tucker, you have been referred to the... Oh, where's that funny word? You might know it, I don't know what it is. It says, referred to the, Psychiatric Department at Sunnymead Mental Health Clinic. Oh, I thought, well, that sounds like a lovely nice day out, innit? I'll make a picnic for my journey. I was to attend on the Monday at 11:30 in the morning. So, I did go to the psychiatric, place, the sunny place, and I had a chat with this doctor man, who tells me it is probably best if I sees counsellor. I said, oh yes, I know Councillor Robbins from my village, do you? He's a lovely man, he's next in line to be mayor. But the doctor man looks at me and says, no, not a counsellor from council offices, but someone who will talk to me about the grieving and mourning what I is going through. Well, I is flummoxed. I says, so I have had a 10-minute walk to my bus stop, spent an hour on the bus, then a 15-minute walk to your Sunnymead place, half hour in waiting room, and bear in mind I has got to do all that journey in reverse, just to be told you is sending someone to my house. I didn't really pay much attention to his reply, because I was adding up my wasted hours and wondering about whereas I might enjoy eating my picnic what I did bring with me. So's anyway, now it is that every Fridays I get this counsellor man round, but he ain't from the council apparently. Peculiar talks we do have. How's you feeling about things, Mrs. Tucker? He says. Well, I is very sad, says I, on account of my Frank being dead. But I don't mind really, he's very nice, and it's always good to have the company, and really, he's helped me to get myself a little bit of a treat. Guess what I got? Oh yes, it's a surprise. I got myself one of them television things. There you go, didn't tell you that, did I? I saved that, I did, as a nice surprise for ye. Oh, I do loves my television, I do. Oh, it is nice to hear a voice. I used to put it on at 6:00 p.m. in the evening, because at 6:00 they do have news on. But I say, all that news stuff, and it's sad. I has to stop watching it. I either gets all angry and flustered, which does me no good, or I get sad. And I don't want to be more sadder than I already is, when I just got the television to make me happy. So now's I wait until 7 to put it on, because then all the sensible, serious, miserable people have gone home by then. But I saved my biggest surprise for the end. You'll never guess what do happen when I gets into my bed of a night. Oh, I smiling when I tells ye. Every night when I do get into my bed, oh, and by the way, my quilt it did wash up lovely. But anyway, when I'm in my bed, and after I says my prayers, I sees him, and I hears him. There's my Frank sitting there talking to me on the end of my bed.